Well, tofu. Don't start with me. Tofu is great. It's light, it's full of protein, it's made from pressed cooked soybeans. There's no animal fats, no oils, it doesn't raise your cholesterol. It's great food. Now it's kind of bland and it kind of takes on the flavor of other foods that you cook with it. I'm making this dish in honor of Michio and Evelyn Kushi, who founded a natural foods grocer called Erewhon here in Boston many, many years ago, where we would go and shop for things like brown rice and seaweed salad and tofu, all of which were exotic ingredients back then, but all of which are now commonplace. Well, before I do that though, I'm going to step over here. I'm going to play for you a song from my album KiTCHEN Music called All the Things You Are, one of the great American songs in the Great American Songbook. You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes the lonely winters seem long. You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights a star. The dearest things I know are what you are. Oh, someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are mine. When all the things you are mine. Oh yeah, 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 all mine. Okay, so this is the tofu dish. The first thing I've done is I've already gotten my pan hot. Remember I said always add oil to a hot pan. And I'm going to take my olive oil. Again, if you want the exact amounts of these recipes, just the way that I make them, they're on robertomighty.com. So I'm going to add this to the hot pan. I'm increasing the flame just a little bit because I want this oil to first off smell like itself. When a thing smells like itself, it's probably near done or near ready for the next stage. I also want to be sure that the oil is running like water. When you first pour the extra virgin olive oil, it's very thick and viscous. But when you heat it up, it becomes less thick, less viscous, and that's what we want in order to really get a good saute going. String beans are very hard and dense vegetables. So unlike spinach, which is very thin, it's going to take a long time to actually cook. So then I'm actually going to get these string beans softened up by adding them to the pan ahead of the other ingredients. Okay? So because the oil is so hot, we want to kind of keep this moving around. So I'm going to bounce this stuff around a bit. I'm a trained professional, do not try this at home. I'm not a professional cook, I'm just a guy who likes to cook, but I am a professional guitar player. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the green beans to take on a really, really bright green color. And take a look. Already, they're starting to take on a bright green color. That means they're starting to cook. I want to keep them moving because if I don't keep them moving, they will burn. And I need my tongs. Can someone go get my tongs, please, so I can sort of manipulate this stuff? You know, when you're cooking, one smart thing to do is to always have everything you need ready to go. So I get a C- on that. Good. Thank you so much. Okay. So now I can really manhandle these string beans, green beans. That's enough. Now I'm going to add in the red onion, the grape tomatoes, and a little bit of minced red onion. I could say this is more like a rough chop than a mince. Now, I'm going to put in the garlic a little bit later because the garlic will burn almost instantly. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this now to make sure that nothing burns. I could have added white wine to this. I could have added vinegar. I could have added lemon juice or lime juice. Now, I'm going to add salt. A great chef once told me to add salt to each portion of a dish, and then at the end, it'll be properly seasoned. So I add the salt. I'm using kosher salt. Now take a look. Look at these colors. Notice that the green beans are really, really bright green. The onions are incorporated. The red cherry grape tomatoes are starting to blister and turn an even brighter red. Now I'm going to put in the garlic. I'm going to add in the garlic to where there's a little bit of water so that, again, it doesn't burn. All the recipes for everything I'm doing are on robertomighty.com, where you can also either buy KiTCHEN Music, the album, KiTCHEN Music directly, or else find out where to get it from Amazon and iTunes, CD Baby, and every other place on the web. Okay, now, it's starting to look like food, and it's starting to smell like itself. Now I'm going to add in the tofu. I'm going to turn the heat off for a moment. I've got it chopped up. Look how soft this is. By the way, this is extra firm tofu, which I think is the best tofu to saute with. I'm going to add a little bit of kosher salt to this tofu, even before I put it in. Push this stuff aside. You can actually eat tofu right out of the package. Now I'm going to take cilantro. Cilantro is a wonderful little herb. It looks like parsley. I'm going to just shred it with my hands right into the pot, like this. When you break open the leaves, it releases the flavor. It smells great. Some people don't like the stems. I'm a stem eater, but if you're cooking for someone other than yourself, you might want to leave the stems out of it. Okay. I'm going to just smush this around a bit. And now I'm going to taste this. It's important to taste as you go along. I've got a bit of tofu, a bit of garlic, a bit of a grape tomato, a bit of the cilantro. Yes, it's hot. Good. Use a little bit more kosher salt. You see me adding salt, it looks like a lot, but in fact, kosher salt is less concentrated than the regular salt, table salt that we use. This is fresh black peppercorns in my pepper mill. And this gives the dish a bit of pizzazz. Now it's starting to look like food, yes? Yes. And right now, this dish is ready to go. There are some things you could add to this, including lemongrass, lime, lemon, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna put a cover on this sucker, turn it down, maybe just simmer it for a little bit. Okay, now the dish is ready. It smells like itself. It's got the smell of black pepper, garlic, lemon, grape tomato, green beans. I'm gonna plate this sucker up right now. Again, this tofu makes a very light dish that is incredibly healthy for us, especially as we get older. You can see the colors are bright, light flavor. Yeah, here we go.